I am so fired up about something called artificial intelligence because I see how it's going to revolutionize the practice of law. And Corbett is determined to be on the front edge of that revolution. So I want you to stay tuned, and I'm going to talk about how AI is revolutionizing the legal field. Stay with me. Yes, I literally have not been this excited about technology since the early 90s when the internet was first coming out. I used to be so excited about the internet. I would be fired up. I would get up in the middle of the night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and get in front of at that time, I had a Macintosh computer. Some of you are too young to even remember the Macintosh made by Apple, but it was a rectangular box. I bought one. At that time, I was a chemist. And so I was doing a lot of bench work inside the lab, and I had to write lab reports for the company and for my boss. So I bought my first laptop computer in 1991, and my wife didn't want me to buy it. She didn't see the importance of having a computer at that time. She probably didn't want me to say that. But I went on and bought it anyway. And it was $1,200. I'll never forget it. I've bought maybe 30 Apple computers since then. But I would get up in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and just go and sit in front of that thing. And my mind was blown, seeing all that information come forward in real time. And yes, 30 years later, over 30 years, just a little bit over 30 years later, it has revolutionized our lives. AI is going to do the same thing, but I believe in even a bigger way. So we want to stay out in front of this revolution that is occurring. Now, so I'm going to start with defining what it is, and then I'm going to give you a list of ways that I believe it's going to revolutionize the practice of law. And then I'm going to demonstrate some things to you. I almost at this point do not sit down and work on a client's case without AI being close by and me using it as I'm drafting documents, as I'm fine-tuning arguments, as I'm researching things. I mean, it all hinges on AI. I'm telling you. I am telling you, this is the biggest thing technologically since sliced bread. And again, Corbett and Corbett, our law firm, intends to be on the front end of that. I've been a technology guy for many years, and that's partly because in college, and I was in college many years ago, I majored in chemistry, and my minor was math. So I took practically all the math at college. I went through all the chemistry, general chemistry, organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, physical chemistry, analytical chemistry. All of it. And so we were doing a lot with computers, with technology. My first job out of college, I was a chemist. My second job out of college, I was a chemist doing some really technical stuff. So I have been in the computer space for many years. And so I'm a geek. Believe it or not, I am an attorney. I am one of those attorneys who I just love geeking out. So that's what I'm going to do a little bit today. I'm not going to be here long, but I'm going to geek out and hopefully you can geek out with me as I talk about how AI is going to revolutionize the practice of law. Let me tell you this. When I first started practicing law here in Texas, shortly afterwards, the iPad came out. And before then, of course, the iPhone. And I had a BlackBerry phone. And man, I could do so much on that phone. I mean, my calendar, my calls, documents, all sorts of things just on that phone. And then I graduated from the phone, the BlackBerry to an iPhone, and then from an iPhone to an iPad. And I was literally one of the first people in the courthouse here in Dallas, Texas, to have an iPad and to use it very much so in my practice. I remember I did a full deposition with my iPad, a full deposition in a big case with my iPad. So yeah, I've been using technology, with our law practice for many years. And anyone who comes to work here, like my wife started here a couple of years ago, helping us out. And, that was the thing that she had to do. She had to learn all the technology that we use. I mean, we use many, many, many software programs to run our firm. AI is, I tell you, it is just it's changing everything. Absolutely everything. And that's just in the legal field. I'm not talking about how it's changing things in the medical field, in the engineering field, in the manufacturing field, in the social services field, in the ministry. I mean, it is changing everything at breathtaking speed. So, those law firms that are not getting prepared for how AI is going to revolutionize the practice of law, they're going to lose a step. Some of them may even go out of business. Well, we're going to use AI to enhance the legal services that we provide our clients. No question. I have told uh, um, folks here, I've said, when you have a task to do, first thing to think of is AI. How can AI help with this task? That's the first thing I want you to think about, is how AI can help with this task. All right, so I think you can see by now how excited I am about AI, and you're going to see that I'm not excited just to be excited. I'm excited because this is going to really, really, really change things. And as always, when new technology comes on the scene, some people use the technology for bad. Well, we're going to use it for good. We're going to use it for good, all right, to help our clients. That is the good that we intend to use it for. All right, so where do we want to go first? Well, let me give you a definition of what AI is. All right, AI stands for artificial intelligence, which refers to the development of computer systems. Watch this, computer systems that can perform tasks, right? That can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. Let's stop there, because depending on how you look at that, that could kind of scare you a little bit, right? Because that's telling you right there that AI is going to replace some people. Some people are going to be replaced because of AI. And that's exactly what that definition says. Anyway, such as learning, problem solving, decision making, perception, and natural language processing. AI is achieved by creating algorithms and computer programs that can analyze and learn from data and then use that knowledge to perform specific tasks. AI systems can be designed to operate in various applications, including healthcare, finance, transportation, education, and entertainment, and legal. Why'd you leave that out? Okay. Now, let me tell you this. All that I just read you was generated by AI. Those were not my thoughts. Those were AI generated thoughts. So AI is telling us in that definition how it intends to replace some of us. And that's why I'm telling you, law firms and lawyers who don't embrace AI, years from now, because we're just at the beginning of this, we're just scratching the surface of what AI can do. It's going to continue to grow, to grow, to grow, to grow. Think about it. In the car industry, we started out with the T-Model Ford. Look at where we are today. So this AI is going to continue to develop, to develop, to develop, to develop. And if you're not implementing it in your work environment, into your job, I'm telling you, you're gonna be at risk of losing your job and AI taking that position. All right. Now I'm going to show you a little bit later that AI cannot completely replace human beings. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Okay. But let me give you an example of something I saw recently on the news. Doctors are using AI to enhance the practice of medicine. This particular example, a group of doctors used AI to look at x-rays. They did some chest x-rays of someone that they thought may be at risk of developing cancer. So they let the AI look at the x-rays, and sure enough, the AI machine algorithm that they were using spotted the development of cancer 2 years in advance. 2 years in advance. The human eye could not see what that AI computer was able to see. And so this computer said, yes, this person, based on all the information that we have that you put in me, this AI machine said, this person will develop a spot right here on in this particular location of the person's, I think it was his lungs. 2 years in advance. That's how this is revolutionizing, improving the practice of medicine. Okay?
Ways. All right, AI legal improvements include, for example, legal research. We do a lot of legal research as attorneys. Every day, practically, we are researching cases and statutes. I spent 5 or 6 hours earlier this morning researching cases, researching statutes. I spent the better part of yesterday doing legal research, researching cases and statutes. Yesterday, the day before that. Okay? So, if AI can get in there and do a lot of that legal research, someone says here my mic sounds muffled. What is that all about? My mic sounds muffled. Really? Let's see if I can fix that. How about now? Let me know if that's better. Okay? Alright, so okay, just let me know if that sounds better. Because there's coming a day where AI will help us have perfect sounding mics. So anyway, let me just see if I can make sure that this is sounding the way it's supposed to sound. No wonder, I see the problem. I'm glad somebody told me. sounding now? Just tell me, how's it sounding? Because I don't know that I'll be able to fix it without stopping everything. Let me know. How's it sounding? Tell me. Is it sounding better? It's still not right yet. Let me see if I can fix this. Let me see. I see the problem. Alright, so let me. Okay, let me just see here. Because the audio gotta be right. If nothing else is right, the audio has to be right. Okay, I think I might be able to fix this. I think I might be able to fix this. Just hold on, please be patient. Please be patient with me.
Okay. I believe that did it. Let me know. I think that did it. Think that fixed it. I'm certain that fixed it. And I appreciate you all for letting me know. Okay? So I'm gonna continue because I think that fixed it. On my end, I can see where it got fixed. Okay? That fixed it. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you all for letting me know. Okay, so I was saying one of the first ways that AI is going to improve the practice of law is in legal research because we do a ton of legal research as lawyers. We got to find cases, we got to find statutes, we got to find regulations and ordinances and so forth so that we can cite all of that when we are drafting documents. Okay? So it is really, legal research is really, really, really important for attorneys. So AI will be to help us do that better and quicker. And the quicker we can do it, especially for hourly paying clients, the cheaper it will be for our clients. All right, document review and drafting. Here's the other thing. We do the research so that we can do the drafting or the reviewing. So AI is going to assist us in reviewing and drafting documents like contracts, pleadings, etc. And it should help us eliminate errors, mistakes, inconsistencies, and so on, and also suggest even case law or statutes that are really compelling, that can help us win an argument, win a case, win a hearing, a trial, or something like that. So I hopefully you're seeing why I am so excited about AI. All right, what else can it do? AI, predictive analytics. Like I told you about the X-ray that the AI machine looked at and predicted accurately that someone would develop cancer 2 years out. And by the way, that person did develop cancer 2 years out. We'll be able to use AI in the same way, in that it can help us make informed decisions or give our clients the information they need to make informed decisions, which is really important, right? If a client has to decide between taking a case to trial or accepting a settlement, or taking a case to trial versus doing a plea bargain, what have you, the more informed information we can give that client, then the better it's going to be for that client, because then that client can make an informed decision, right? Can't guarantee an outcome, but the more information we have, what we know as humans, and then what AI is able to give us that's even greater than our human ability, all better for the client. All better for the client. All right, how else? Litigation support. So it is really important that we have litigation support as attorney. These are folks like legal assistants, paralegals. I think their jobs are really more at jeopardy than the attorney, to be honest with you, because I can see AI developing to the point where you could really use it to do a lot of the stuff that the legal assistant does. And again, I do, and I'm saying it again, I also see where AI will develop and grow to the point where even some lawyers' jobs will become obsolete, where clients, especially the corporate clients, will say, look, we want you using AI because we know how AI is affecting our corporation. We're only going to hire a law firm that's using AI so that they can do a better job for us, more efficient and less time consuming, so that we don't get billed as much, you see. So, it's just really going to um, change everything, okay? And lastly, client management, which is huge, which is absolutely huge. When someone calls our office, they don't see on the back end, but there's a process that we have in place every time someone calls the office. Every time. There's certain things, the certain tasks that we do, certain things that we have in place, a system that we have in place, a technological system that we have in place to help us intake that client, or even if they don't become a client, just the call itself. There's information we need about that call. There is data that we need about each and every one of those calls. AI is going to help us get that even better, even better. So those are some of the ways that AI will help improve legal services. And by the way, AI wrote all of that as well. Okay. AI wrote all of that as well. So let me demonstrate a little bit here. Let me demonstrate. So I'm going to go to another screen, and I'm going to be in a circle, sort of in the right corner of that screen. Okay, let's go there. All right, here we go. You should see me sitting there, and this is Chat GTP. GPT. I use this all the time, all the time. So I'm going to demonstrate. Now, this morning, for example, I was doing some research, and I want to share that with you if I can get back to what I was doing. Yeah, right here. Okay. So I was doing a little research this morning on something that you don't know anything about and don't really need to know anything about. But I'm gonna share with you how AI helped and how I helped AI. I was doing some research this morning on something called the Judicial Improvements Act of 1990. Okay, it's a federal statute that involves federal litigation, and so I was having a conversation with Chat GPT, and watch this now. So I put in down here, you see where it says send a message. right there. Send a message where I'm typing. Okay. You put in there what's called prompts, right? And that's what you're gonna use to give the message to Chat GPT. So I typed in there, what does the Judicial Improvements Act of 1990 say about pendant party jurisdiction? Now, Chat GPT gave me the following message. It said, the Judicial Improvements Act of 1990 did not directly address the issue of pendant party jurisdiction. As soon as I read that, I knew AI got it wrong. All right. So let me scroll up. So right here, you see where I told it, you are wrong. I said, you are wrong. So now, this is one reason why a lot of humans will not be eliminated because of AI, because AI is not perfect. It's as it develops and as it grows, it's going to become, I think, in terms of dealing with raw data, it's going to be more accurate than humans, like that X-ray I told you about. But right now, it's not there. And it still needs the assistance of humans. So I knew that this was wrong, and I told AI, you're wrong. And notice what AI said back to me. I apologize for any confusion my previous response may have caused. Upon further research, I have found that the Judicial Improvements Act of 1990 did address the issue of pendant party jurisdiction. So it acknowledged its mistake, did some deeper research, and corrected itself. But suppose I didn't know that it was a mistake. Suppose I didn't know what I was talking about. I would have latched onto that. So take that as a warning. Lawyers, of course, we got to check behind ourselves, check behind this machine. And if any of you get the bright idea of, you know what, I'm going to use AI to represent my case, represent myself on this or that case, you're taking a risk, right? Because there's a lot here that you don't know. And moreover, some of the stuff that AI is going to give you is not going to be accurate. And you're not going to know if it's accurate. So as you're trying to represent yourself, you're thinking, okay, AI told me this, and you're quoting that to the judge or the prosecutor or whatever the situation is, and you're all wrong about it because you don't know. You still need to know. So as of today, AI cannot replace attorneys or doctors or any other field, but it can tremendously enhance what we're doing. And let me show you how I used it to enhance what I was doing. So I did the research. Once I got AI straightened out, it gave me the correct information. And here it is. See how long this is? I said, well, that's too long. And so I told AI, I said, summarize that. Summarize that for me. That's too long. I ain't got time to fool with all that and try to memorize all that or explain all that. Summarize it. And then AI put it shorten it a great deal, actually. But it still was not as short as I thought it could be. So I told AI, I said, try again. Try again. Now you may say, this isn't too much different than Google. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, I could have put in this particular statute, and Google would have done what? Given me thousands of responses, right? Thousands. And then I would have had to dig through and find the one that that means most. And sometimes that's great. I mean, Google is awesome. Google is awesome. I'm not taking anything from Google. This is better because this goes into all these various databases, AI, and brings me a specific response based on the prompts that I put in it. And so I said, try again. And AI says, certainly, here's another attempt to summarize this particular statute. And I still didn't think it was good. All right. So I gave it some more information. And then I told it, I said, now summarize section 1441C. And it gave me this summary, a 2-paragraph summary. I still didn't think it was that. I still thought it could have been summarized better, but I took it. I said, okay, all right, I took it. So now, watch what I do. I copy and paste a page of highly technical legal information and put it in AI. A page of highly technical legal jargon, okay? And told AI to summarize it, and it summarized it to a long paragraph. Not bad, and it was okay. So it gave me that summary, and then I took another paragraph. I said, summarize Section 1983. And it summarized it to that degree, shortened it a little bit. I told it, try again. And sure enough, it tried again, summarized it even more. All right. And then down here, I told AI, I said, summarize the summary. Summarize the summary. In other words, your summary is still too short. Pack it in more. And it did a decent job. So my point is, while I'm doing this stuff, while I'm preparing, researching, writing, to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish with the client, I don't do it without AI close by. And again, that's just scratching the surface of what AI is able to do. It's just scratching the surface. And so I knew I was going to do this video today. So I had AI, I said, AI, suggest 10 clickbait titles to use to get the public to watch a YouTube video about how AI will change the legal industry. So I said to AI, basically, give me some good titles. And it came up with some very good titles. I didn't use any of them, but they are very good. AI is taking over the legal industry. Here's what you need to know. That's number one. Number two, say goodbye to lawyers. AI is the new legal expert. Boing, boing, new, no. I don't agree with I don't agree with AI on that one. All right. How is AI revolutionizing the way we approach law and order? The future of law is here and is powered by AI. Let me enlarge it. From courtroom drama to data-driven justice, how AI is changing law. Are robots taking over the legal profession? Watch and find out. The AI takeover. Will your lawyer be replaced by a computer? AI versus lawyers. Who will win the battle for the future of law? Breaking down the AI revolution in law. What you need to know. The legal industry is changing forever thanks to AI. That's true. So some of these titles are just flat out true, okay? And I believe smart lawyers, smart law firms will not be fighting AI, at least not now. Instead, we will use AI to enhance the legal services that we provide for our client. And that is the way I take it. Because again, I've been using technology for our clients for years. And this one is some of the most exciting. This technology is some of the most exciting that I've seen again since the internet. So yeah, I'm very excited about what AI is going to enable us to do to improve legal services. All right. And the more we can improve legal services, who does that benefit? That benefits you, the client. That benefits you, the client. That's what excites me. We're going to be able to produce an even better product for our clients. That is real important to us. I tell you what, Google us, read our Google reviews. You'll see that we put our hearts and soul into our cases. We're not perfect. No one is perfect. But AI can help us eliminate any and all errors or problems and so forth. But you'll see from our Google reviews that we do our best to really improve lives, which is our tagline. Corbett and Corbett, LLP, improving lives. And so to the degree that AI can help us do that, it excites me. It excites me. All right, that's what I have for you today. We were not on last week. Chloe, obviously you see she's not with me today. She has been moving. My son got married a couple of weeks ago. So it's been a busy time for the Corbett family here in the month of April. But my heart every Saturday is always with the Legal Rebels. Okay? So yes, I am Augustus Corbett, AKA the Minister of Justice. I'm one half of the Defiant Lawyers. The other half is Chloe Corbett Esquire, who is the Duchess of Justice. And together, each and every Saturday, we do a legal analysis of some trending policy, politics, personality, or pop culture to empower you with the information you need to defy an unjust legal system. Please, please, please subscribe, share, like, and comment. But that's going to do it for me today. Thank you all for tuning in. My apologies about the first few minutes of this where I was told the audio sounded muffled, but it is what it is. So, yeah, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all very much. And I'm out. Peace.
Ever since I was a child, I've always hated bullies. I was that child. If I saw another kid getting picked on in class or at the lockers, I would stand up for that kid. I couldn't stand seeing bullying. But there was one incident with a teacher that almost silenced me. It is my first clear memory of racism and discrimination. It's still so vivid and clear in my head. I remember one day we were in class one afternoon, and there was some school pep rally going on. My teacher decided to hand paint butterflies and flowers on our faces in anticipation of the school event. So we all went one by one up to her so that she could paint our face. Mortified, embarrassed, and deeply ashamed. In that moment, even though I wanted to say something, I couldn't get the words out. So I walked back to my desk, I sat down, and I stared blankly at my desk until the bell rang. When I got home from school that day, my parents knew something was wrong. But I remember being so reluctant to tell them. I really don't know why. When I finally did, obviously they were furious. And let's just say the next day at school was one to remember. But this incident taught me a valuable lesson. It taught me to always stand up against racism, discrimination, and injustice. It fortified my resolve to fight for the vulnerable and voiceless. Just like my clients' voices are taken when they are wrongfully accused of a crime, subjected to banking while black, fighting for custody of their children, or fighting for just compensation from stingy insurance companies. My name is Attorney Chloe Corbett, also known as the Duchess of Justice. I am one half of Corbett & Corbett Law Firm and the Defiant Lawyers. We're here to fight for justice for the accused, the oppressed, the vulnerable, and the voiceless. You can find us in Dallas, Texas. Go to our website, www.corbettfirm.com. Improving lives and impacting laws.